Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here on Plus with a look at the weather that's happening not just here in Texas, but really around the country. A lot of things going on. We'll start local first. We're talking about heavy rain back in the forecast getting into Thursday night. So the rest of today into tonight looks fine. Even tomorrow morning should be okay, but anytime after lunchtime tomorrow, lunchtime Thursday into the evening, that's when the rain starts to pick up in intensity. Thankfully, though, for us, it's just rain. Farther north, not quite as lucky. Some icy weather, some heavy snow, and almost impossible travel likely for parts of the Metroplex getting into Oklahoma and Arkansas. So that's what's going on across our state. Out west, enormous wildfires burning across Southern California into LA. These things took off in just a matter of hours. Let's start with that first. Here's what's going on right now. Some heavy smoke going out towards the Pacific. You can see the main points, though, where those wildfires are burning, pretty much all surrounding the LA area. A lot of folks wondering, how do these spread so quickly? Has to do with the weather setup right now. High pressure over the Pacific. There's low pressure down across northern Mexico. And these pressure systems, they're spinning in opposite directions. So think of gears that work together spinning in opposite directions. That's what's happening here. And it's funneling all of the air in the upper levels of the atmosphere right through the middle. And not only that, but at the surface, there are mountains that air has to get through. So this translates down to the surface. So here's LA, close to sea level. There's the Pacific Ocean, Santa Monica, Malibu, beautiful parts of the country here. But back to the west, you have these huge mountains. And when the air is coming in from the west, it has to get through those mountains. So it will either go over the mountains or it'll find those valleys to go through. And to go through those valleys, the wind has to accelerate. And so just think about when you have a garden hose and you pinch it together, that water starts to move faster. It's the same principle here. We've got the mountains pinching this little area where the wind comes through, and we've seen gusts through here upwards of 100 miles an hour. This is hurricane force wind strength, and that is helping to fan the flames of these fires that just started last night. They've burned thousands of acres already. So winds this afternoon still between 40 and 60 miles per hour in these mountains. Notice though, once you get away from the mountains, how much lighter the winds are. So it really is a product of the terrain here that's driving this fire threat in LA. Obviously, here at home, the big story is ice. And that's going to be the main headline here across North Texas getting into tomorrow. It's this big winter storm that we've been advertising for a while. The good news for us here in Southeast Texas, we are far removed from that winter weather threat. It looks like a heavy rainstorm for us, but that's still going to be impactful, especially as we get into tomorrow evening. So we have issued a weather impact alert for tomorrow evening's commute. We're talking about heavy rain, some street flooding, some high water spots, not out of the question. I don't think widespread flooding, though, is going to be a major concern for us at this point, but it's going to be a really messy ride home again for Thursday evening. So winter weather alerts are posted across the state. We've got winter weather advisories here just to the south of Dallas, going south on 35 towards Waco. Winter storm warnings for the Metroplex going north and east, and then winter storm watches going east beyond that. Nothing for us here in Southeast Texas. This is the reason why, though. The blue indicates snow, the pink indicates ice, and then the green indicates rain. Thursday morning, couple showers here at home. It's an ice storm, though, back into the hill country, up 35, snow across the Metroplex, going through the rest of the morning hours here and into the afternoon. That rain and snow will start to fill in. Notice the ice back across Dallas still in place. This could be a significant ice storm for some, but it's more rain as you go south of that. I think Waco will be in and out of that icy precip, but Austin and San Antonio looks like mainly rain right now. For us here in Houston, our rain chances don't pick up until we get later in the afternoon and the evening. And this is where we could see really some interesting rain totals. Check this out. Look at how that fills in all of the yellow and orange, indicating some of that torrential rainfall. That'll continue. The good news, though, we're not talking about a severe weather threat. It's just heavy rain, and it starts to move out of here quickly as we get towards Friday morning, but a big mess up towards Dallas. For the rest of today, though, cloudy, a little bit colder because there's no sun, high temperatures, low 40s. Getting to tomorrow, that storm system really starts to form across the state. It starts as showers, but by the late afternoon and early evening, it's a heavy soaking rain for us. As fast as it comes in, though, it's out by Friday. We'll see some late clearing across the area. Here's a more zoomed in view of FutureTrack. I really would advise against traveling after tomorrow, let's say around lunchtime, especially if you're going up towards Dallas. I wouldn't do any traveling up towards the Dallas area or Waco area tomorrow at all. I think you have to be there by tonight if you're planning to head up that way. 41 for us in the city, and notice the temperatures, they don't change. They hold steady in the 40s. That's good news. You don't want to see them drop because that would mean this rain turns icy. Instead, it's heavy rain coming in for the evening, icy conditions up towards Waco and beyond. We stay with the rain, but it is a frigid, cold rain for us here in Southeast Texas. It's a miserable night Thursday, getting into Friday, and temperatures will flirt with the freezing mark. They'll get close. I think we stay just warm enough that it's a miserable cold rain and we avoid the icing potential that you're going to see farther north. But places like Huntsville should be on the lookout for maybe some mixing with some ice pellets, maybe some occasional bouts of freezing rain. I think the chances are low though, and by Friday temperatures are comfortably above freezing for the entire area, although miserably cold in the mid and upper 30s. So the snow potential looks like this, 3 to 6 inches for Dallas. Higher totals though as you get up towards Arkansas. Obviously nothing for us. The ice accumulation will start here in southwest Texas first and then climb its way up along I-20, getting into the Arklatex. Some of these numbers here could result in power outages. So this is where the biggest concern for power will come into play, is that ice accumulation and where that sets up. Again, nothing for us. Our game is the rain, and we could see some really big totals here, 1 to 2 inches on average, but notice higher values not out of the question down towards the coast. So street flooding, road flooding, not out of the question with this storm. Overnight tonight, it's cold, but it's not freezing. 39 in the Heights, same for Edo, 37 Aldine, 39 for East Haven. We get you through the rest of the county. 39 for Addicks, 37 in Tomball, 40 for LaPorte, 42 in Seabrook, and then 34 in Huntsville. So these will be your colder locations tonight, flirting with the freezing mark, but I think everyone stays above it. 45 though in Galveston, and watch the numbers for tomorrow. 57 in Galveston. So the immediate coastline warms to the 50s tomorrow. Notice though, 39 for Huntsville, 45 Katy, and 43 in Houston. So it's a cold stretch still through Friday, a lot of cloud cover, but it's really Thursday that is the only day that we're keeping our eye on for that heavy rain. The rest of the week looks fine, and then we do start to moderate back to the 50s and 60s with sunshine. This weekend looks really nice. Unfortunately though, we stay below normal temperature-wise. Average is 63. We stay in the 50s through the start of next week.